The numeric status and Parker Motion Manager gives us a way to see the different parameters in the ACR controller while the program is running. Here we can see the actual positions for axes 0, 1, 2, and 3 while the program is running. There's also the master parameters. If we're doing interpolated motion, we can see information like the position into the move, which is an interpolated move. So even if we're commanding motion on all four axes, the total distance of that master move is the distance into the move, and then the axes will be the individual components of the X, Y, and Z, and the A axis as those are being commanded. And then there is a lot of parameters in here. You won't use all of them. In the program parameters, those are the line numbers, and we display those in the motion status panel. The motion status panel has a lot of the more common bits and parameters shown, and we have specific information such as the drive stepper parameters that we downloaded as part of the configuration wizard. So if we can see the axis current for the motor for axis stepper drive 0, and we can also look at them for the different axes as well too. We also have a encoder parameter. So that's I have closed loop steppers on my first two axes. So that's why I've got values there. And then the servo drive parameters for the ACR7000 servo when that comes out. So we can see the servo drive parameters there, and then also the operating status and the basic status parameters such as the actual torque and the velocity and the bus voltage. So obviously we're not reading anything as we're connected to an ACR7000 stepper, the ACR74T. New to Parker Motion Manager, we have the user variables. So we have P0 to P4095. So there's a large group that you can use within your Acro Basic programs. These are global, so you can use them on all the programs. They will be visible across all the programs. They do not need to be defined like the locals. We also have the user float non-volatiles, P39168, and these are floats, so these are real numbers. And then there's also longs, which are the 32-bit ints that you can use within your program. So if you want to create your own status bit, and you have these, and these are non-volatile, whereas the P0 to P4095 are volatile on there. And new to Parker Motion Manager, you can actually use the numeric status and create defines. So if we wanted to add P12290 into our defines, we can actually, looks like I already did that one, but axis 0 actual position, so we've already given it a name and a description. We can actually come in here and name this axis X position, or maybe this was our feeder position, whatever we wanted to name that. We can name our own variables and give it a description that may be more meaningful to you. And then the address is already assigned. The types for the defines can also be a bit or a constant or a parameter. So you can name a bit as well too. And I'll cover that when we get into the bit status, but since we've already mentioned it, you can right click on the bits and create a define as well too. But anyway, back to the numeric status. It's just basically a large watch list of all the parameters in the ACR while it's running. Thanks. Have a good day.